So this is a koi, and this is also a koi, but you might see that there's a noticeable difference. These are the mini kois from Elevation Discs that just came out, and they are exactly like the koi mold, but they're just smaller. Today I'm gonna mash these two up against each other to see if a mini koi can beat a regular size koi. I've got an OG koi and an EcoFlex koi in both the small and the big size. We should flip to see who starts. Upside is big koi, downside is small koi. Big koi is starting. You might notice today we're not in Aalborg. It's because we're in Vester Hassing, which is about 20 minutes from Aalborg. So the first hole here is a 90-meter par 3, and you just have to get around the bush, and then it's kind of a side-arm flex line. I'm not gonna be able to trust these much on side-arm, so I'll just try and throw a flip-up backhand, try and get it close to the basket. Carry a bit straight. I mean, that's not far enough, but it's over there. Mini kois. I'm gonna go with the EcoFlex as well. You'll see that these are much more overstable than those other kois, so I'm gonna have to throw it flat and just let it fade out. But they fly really nice. Not even kidding. That's about the same place. Okay, so the mini koi actually made it further than the big koi, which is a bit weird. Let's do the OG. Make sure it doesn't go anywhere funny. Just a little jump putt. Ooh, that's a bit short, but that should be an easy putt. Now the interesting thing about these is, can I putt a mini koi? Who knows? Yeah, so the mini koi was actually a pretty good shot, all things considered. I like that they're quite stable, because most minis will be quite like understable and they'll just flip and go nowhere, or go really far if you throw them on a weird flex line. But these you can kind of trust. Let's just try and... Oh, that went not really very far. These are both for pars. They should be gimmies. Like that. That's funny. Okay. So a minor putting error might give the mini koi a lead. Well, that is unfortunate. So both the big koi and the mini koi taking a bogey on hole 1. I thought when I was within 20 from the tee I would be probably fine. I wasn't. That is how it is. I'm gonna have to figure out how they putt. So hole 2 is just shy of 100 meters, and it's a bit of an odd one because you have to like go over this donut, and I don't have that in the air with a putter, much say a mini disc. So I think both shots will just have to be a layup short and then spike something over. We'll maybe see a koi mohawk. Big koi has the box. I'm gonna go EcoFlex. If I can make it like to the right side with a good distance, that should be the ideal situation. Try and throw this out in high and let it flip up. Yep. Lands just under that small tree. Isn't that not the best position to be in? So I'm gonna throw the EcoFlex koi again, or the EcoFlex mini koi. This is gonna need a bit of flex to get distance. They fly quite far. Like, that's as far as my drive with the putter. Okay, so you can't see the basket, but it's right in behind that bush in like the middle of that tree donut. Can you call it a tree donut? I'm just gonna spike this up and over. Yeah, that should be a guaranteed par. So I managed to land right behind this little tree, which is fine because I don't need like the space, because I'm gonna throw a koi mohawk up over. Gonna go with the OG. Just need to get it over the top and plop down. Yeah, just like that. That's parked. Oh, mini koi is first. These were two pretty good up shots, not gonna lie. And I have a mini marker because the mini disc doubles as a mini marker. If it falls down the bottom, that's alright. That's a made putt. So that will be 2 pars. We're doing the rule if the mini falls down through the bottom, it is made a putt. It's a made putt. Because can't really do much about that when I get it in the right way. There's a lot of like birds chirping. I hope that doesn't catch too much on the mics. So hole 3 is this 135 meter par 4, and you have this cool triple mando that they've built. So you basically have to go out through that, then go to the right, and then the basket is on a hill on the left side. Big kois still have the box. I'm gonna try and hyzer flip something through the gap. Get under it. Yes. Oh, that's actually a really, really good shot. That was perfect height, perfect flight. That's a great shot. I don't have a lot of left to right movement, or like right movement with the mini kois. They don't forehand too well. They get a lot of wobble and they don't get a lot of distance. So I think we're gonna try and throw a flex line and just get through the gap. Yes. Oh, that's a great flex line. Right in the middle, right where I wanted it. 2 well executed shots. Not gonna lie, this is pretty good like backhand touch practice. So pretty much ideal shot for the mini koi, because I don't think I could have done it much better. You can see the basket just behind those trees. It's up on the hill there. I'm gonna try and spike the mini koi in. It's into a headwind. Let's see how this mini koi holds up into a headwind. Oh, I don't trust that. Dump, dump. Oh, overdid it a bit. That should be a pitch up for par though, so we should be alright. This is a really good drive for me on the backhand putter. I'm gonna throw the OG. Just trying to spike it into the hill and make it drop. Up. How did I turn that over? And now it's just coming back. I basically just laid it up. That's impressive. So I messed up the approach completely. I barely threw it on any hyzer, so that's a bit odd. But we're gonna try and just lay this one up. Don't get too heroic with it. OG flop. This isn't the longest putt. I could run it, but I risk going long. But then again, I'm not sure if the mini koi actually can go long. Let's try and run this. Oh, yeah, that just died. Nope. Boop. Mini koi par. A big koi par. Still +1 for each. And the big koi still has the box. So that is +1 for both the big kois and the mini kois. This is hole 4. It is, I think it's about 80 meters. 80, 70, something like that. And you can see the basket is right there, but the trick is that there's kind of this early gap. And you have to get a bit right before you go left. So I think that big koi is gonna have the advantage because it can flip up and then fade in, where I'll have to flex the mini kois. Eco flex big koi. Oh, I somehow got away with that. That was a shank and a half, and I got away with it. That's the only disadvantage of this. I am not the best backhand thrower, but these are pretty good for throwing on backhands. Eco mini koi, and put this on some flex. Basically the shot I did on hole 3 as well. Oh, wow, I shanked that as well. I got past the mandos. I didn't intend to go through the right gap either. Sometimes my backhand works and sometimes we are a bit under this tree, but I think pattern pending backhand, which is my specialty. Not at all, but we'll try. I didn't really, I should have gotten in the air. That is unfortunate. The mini koi might go one back now. So it's actually the mini koi first still. Somehow my bad backhand with the big koi ended up here. See, I tend to put this nose down, so I gotta give it some height. This would be big. It just comes out nose down, you know? If big koi can get the birdie with a big putt here, 2-stroke swing. Ah, not enough juice. That should be a bogey and a par. But we managed. It's because when it gets down, like diagonally on the outer ones, it can fall through. But that's fine. So big koi is now 1 up. So +2 and +1. This, I think, is actually a new hole for me. The last time I played this course, there were no tee pads, and I think there was like 10 holes. Now there's 15 on the main layout. This is a dead straight hole. I mean, it's as pretty as it gets. Big kois are still up. The OG is really good for the tomahawks, but I think that I prefer throwing the EcoFlex. Power down a bit, just try and throw this one flat. Oh, come on, get out. Okay, there's a putt there. That was almost perfect on the backhand. I do prefer the EcoFlex feel. I think this needs to be slightly flexed, but still straight. Oh, come on. Got a forward kick, so I might be up there for a look. For 2 birdies, maybe. Actually, the mini koi kicked a bit further, so big koi's birdie putt is like 7 meters. Ah, not enough pop. Oh, so this is actually kind of obstructed. But maybe if we straddle here. It keeps dropping, like I keep getting it nose down on the putt. That's weird. Well, I guess that is 2 pars for both kois. This is the 6th. Why is that word weird to say now? This is hole number 6. It is relatively short, only 75 meters, but as you can see, the basket is atop that hill, on the side of that hill, which makes it a really tricky green. Gonna try one more shot with the OG. Make sure we get this one out on high, sir. High, sir. High, sir. Oh, is it too flippy? Yeah. And it's into a headwind. I should probably have predicted that though. I'm just gonna try and rip the mini koi flat, straight at it, and hopefully land on that left side. Oh, that turned over as well. Guess the headwind just took that, because that looked very flippy. It's not usually that flippy. It's actually pretty stable mini. Okay, I'm leaving you guys there so you can see the misfortunes of these shots. I mean, they're not really bad shots. This is it's a tricky layup. If I can get it on top of the hill, that would be perfect, but that's gonna be a tall ask. Lay down. Did that stop? It did not stop. That might be a bogey if we can't put that putt in the basket. This is definitely a job for the OG mini koi. Gonna have to toss it just a bit. Oh no. Oh, that's really bad. Okay, I'm gonna leave you guys over there. You should see the result of this shot. Coming now. OG mini again. Oh, I do need to get it over that hill if I want to do anything. The green is so what? What am I saying? The green is so treacherous. It's a very shifty green, is all I'm trying to say. Oh, the wind lifted it. Okay, it stayed. That should be a bogey. Okay, bogey for the big koi. At least I can see the basket, that's the most important part. Just, I didn't quite crest the hill. I would flip the mini koi if it actually made a difference. Okay, but the one advantage we've had so far is that mini koi wants to go nose down putt. Let's aim it at the rim, I guess. Oh no. Did I roll? No, it didn't roll. Well, it rolled a bit. That's at least a double bogey. Didn't get it high enough. Oh, triple for Mini? Damn. This hole can be really, really rough if you have trouble on the putting green. Yeah, I just didn't commit. So that means that Big Koi is now 3 shots up. So Big Koi is now 3 shots ahead. Must be like +5. Yeah, +5 and +2. So this little hole, this is hole 7 for us on the main layout. It's a little 60-meter tricky tunnel shot. It's really tight. So you want something that just flips up slightly and then drifts all the way to the basket. It's almost the same shot as that on hole 5. So if we can just replicate that. Oh, yanked it. Oh, good tree cakes. We're in the middle. If I can get this out like straight at the gap flat. Oh, come on. That drifted so far right. I mean, I got forward progress, but like that is so right. I think we were very fortunate to just kick to the middle with this one. We could have been way left. Yeah, that should be a par. I'm surprised because this is actually somewhat open look. Let's see if we can figure out that nose up putting. Try and put the pressure a bit further back. Maybe that pushes the nose upwards. I mean, that was more flat putt, but still not quite the release angle I wanted. Oop. 2 more pars. Hole number 8, I think. Is that hole number 8? I think so. It's actually a pretty cool hole because we have this like half island. So you have the white stakes. Everything on the right side is safe. And then everything on the left side is out of bounds. So it's a 95-meter par 3. It's pretty long, but with a good rip, I might be able to get at least a Big Koi over there. Bit nose up. That was almost not long enough. This is a pretty long hole. Mini Koi is gonna need some flex. Gotta make sure I get it on the right side of the OB. Because if I never cross inbounds, that's trouble. Oh, I did the cut roller play, I guess. That's sick. Yanked that completely. We're quite short. I think we easily have the distance to get there. It's just, we just need to make sure that we don't go left. Just, you know, push it out. There? Yeah, come on. Oh, that's a great approach. Well done, me. That should be a safe par for the Mini Koi. We have about 30 meters, I guess, left. I think it's time to bring out the Koi Mohawk again. There's a bit of wind from the right, so I think if I aim it just kind of straight at the basket, it should be pretty perfect. Just don't overpower it because we don't want to go long. And I didn't get it over. That's a big mistake for the Big Koi, because that was kind of just like straight ahead on the OB. So like maybe around here. Okay, I'm gonna try and jump putt this. So that's a, what even is that? That's 1, 2, 3. So that's the 4th shot. That's gonna be a 5. Is that gonna be a 5? Yeah, that's gonna be a 5. OG Mini Koi really did the job here. That was a really good par save. Dot on. Yeah, that's a 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. So that means OG Koi is now on +5 and normal Koi is +4. This is hole 9. This is actual hole 9. And this is just a dead straight par 3, about 70 meters. And the basket is down in that corner. But it's basically again on this like half island because it crops in in the corner on the left side, and the whole right side is OB. So that's one of the things I like about like the course design out here. They don't have a lot to work with, but the things they've done with what they have to work with is actually quite cool. So for example, this hole, it is basically just an open hole, but because of the OB and the way they've shaped that, you actually have kind of a cool little hole here. This is obviously going to be kind of tough for the mini koi, which has the box now, just one shot behind. So I either have to do like turnover that never gets left again, make it wide, or have to try a forehand. But I'm not sure I trust the forehand. Oh, that's not wide enough. Get down. Get down. Don't be far enough. Oh, I threw it in the OB. Yeah, big koi might be back. And it's got the perfect shape for this hole, because if I just put it out on a bit of hyzer towards that OB on the left side, it should just flip up and over and go to the basket. Oh, flip. It didn't flip. That went OB. The exact same place. The mini koi should be just around here. I guess we're just gonna try and jump putt the OG, because some reason this one comes out like quite alright, but the EcoFlex one doesn't. And I say that and I kind of shank it, but it's alright because it stayed in. Ooh, that almost went wrong. I'm just gonna say kind of here because it flexed back. So let's try and see if we can kind of jump this one in. Oh, that was a really bad putt. Oh, that's a nice little roll back onto the inside the green. That could have been in the bush. Been a really difficult putt. Mini koi saves. And big koi takes a bogey as well. Hole 10 is the long par 4 over in the corner. Not very fun to play if we are just throwing mini kois and kois. So we skip that. We've got this 75 par 3. And it's got this cool gap that you have to throw out of. And then it has one of the more unique greens. Well, actually probably one of the most unique greens. The mini koi is still up. And I think we're going to try and risk it, throw a sidearm. Just got to make sure that I get it out so that it flops up to flat. Yeah, that's pretty good. It's a bit short, but I think I'd be hard pressed to actually reach it anyways. So we're gonna go with the EcoFlex koi. I'm gonna try and throw it out the gap, let it drift to the right. Drift. Oh, I get it nose up, so it just kind of just flattens out. That's a shame because that felt like the right line if I'd just gotten the nose angle right. So now you can see what I mean by unique green. It's got this like, it's almost like a hanging platform, which is pretty cool, to be fair. I think we just need to get this one close. Gonna use the EcoFlex, try and put it up to like the base. Something like that, yeah. Still a tricky putt, but should be doable. The big koi got a bit further, just slightly, but it's kind of the same. And I think we're just gonna try and lay this one up as well. Just like that, yeah. They're basically on top of each other. This is definitely no gimme putt. Mini koi kind of has to get this to stay in touch. It just drops. I don't get why the mini koi just drops like that. It's really weird. That's really odd. Well, you know that counts, but still, that's annoying. Okay, the big koi is now ahead with 2 strokes, and we're heading into the final hole, I think, because the 2 other holes that are left are quite big or quite long holes. There was a family on the last hole, so you'll just have seen me throw a couple of throws on that hole. And I didn't manage to hit the island with either the big koi or the small koi. And I did try twice with both. So that means that the big koi will be the victor in this little showdown. But I gotta say, like, the way that these mini kois fly, I really like. They fit really well in the hand, and you'll see if you go look at Austin talk about the mini kois, you know, Austin from Elevation who owns it. The fact that it's made of rubber means that they can make the flight plate really thin, which means that you can kind of keep the weight or the height of the disc or the mini disc, which means it's basically the same height as a regular koi. And I don't know why it makes it really overstable. It's not really overstable. It's definitely more stable than the normal size kois, which is a bit odd, but pretty cool. So I guess, I mean, I think these mini kois are really fun to throw. Really like them. And I think that if you like having a throwable mini, or you want to have something that you can toss to your friends, it's a really good thing to pick up. So let me know what you think about the mini kois, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.